Someone said to me, you should post a thought a day, and then people could subscribe and start their days with a thought. And I said, I get it, but I could never do that. I don't have a thought every day. I'm lucky if I have a thought a week. Sometimes an entire month goes by, and I don't have a thought. I think thoughts are like flowers. They have a gestation period, and they begin to grow, and then one day you have a flower. It blooms, and we might say it's beautiful, but it doesn't last very long. A good thought is like that. It's a long time coming, and it doesn't stick around. It can be very stimulating, but after a while, it's run its course, and the sense of excitement or pleasure in it fades. The whole thought of the day notion reminds me of something, a nagging memory. You know how a memory can stick to you like a thistle, and you wish you could get rid of it, but you just can't shake it off. This is like that. What's crazy about it is that it's the memory of something I forgot. I was out somewhere doing something, all very nondescript, and I ran into a young person I hadn't seen in a while. We exchanged greetings and asked after each other, the usual, and then he said, by the way, I still have your rules for living. The way he said it, it was in capital letters, up on a billboard. Rules for living. And I'm standing there thinking, what? I had no idea what he was talking about. My what? I didn't have any rules for living. I've never had them. But I was embarrassed to admit that. Who could forget their own rules for living? So I just said, oh? And he said, oh yeah. I keep them posted on the wall in my apartment. I read them every day. I still didn't know what he was talking about. Not a clue. I'm racking my mind. Nothing. I wish I had told him that. Said something like, you know, this is crazy, but I don't exactly remember them. Could you tell me what they were? And he could have said, oh sure, and told me my rules for living. But I didn't do that. And we parted, and there's no reason to believe that we'll meet again, and I don't know how to get in touch with him, so it's more than likely that I'll never know what my rules for living are. Is that ironic? I mean, they're my rules, and I don't know them. It's painful to me to think about it. There may have been something to them. He kept them and consulted them daily. At least that's what he said. Or maybe he was fucking with me. Maybe he says that to a lot of people to screw with them, and they're too embarrassed to call him on it. What rules? What are you talking about? So they go around like me, haunted, wondering what the hell their rules for living are. It's positively maddening to know that there are rules for living, and you yourself devise them, and you don't know what they are. Adam and Eve bit into the fruit of knowledge, an apple. I feel like I've been chewing on the pear of ignorance. So frustrating. The lost rules. Lost to me, anyway. I'm sure they're not on the order of Hammurabi's Code or the Magna Carta, but they are, if they exist, my rules. And I will never know what they are.